I was just wondering if you could tell us how you feel about colors and how they are used to express things in film.
Again, it's the idea. It's the idea. If you go into a room, and if it's a blue, you say, no, 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 no. We've got to paint this room. And it becomes a kind of a pink, a yellow pink, because that feels correct for the idea that you got. That sets the mood. And then it's not yellow pink under sunlight, it's yellow pink under a kind of a, not night, but just at dusk, just almost night. And the yellow pink looks a certain way, and that's the mood you want. And then you get the sounds to go with that. And it goes like that, all based on the original idea. It's not that you think so intellectually, like you decide, I'm going to use blue because blue gives me a strange, cool feeling, and this is a very cold character, or something like that. It's not an intellectual overlay. It's living inside the ideas and being true to them. It's like the chef. The chef doesn't make the fish. The fish is there. And then the chef says, that's a beautiful, beautiful fish, and I'll really do what I can to make a beautiful meal out of that. It's like that, sort of.
Hi, David.
Hello.
Do you want to?
No, you're next.
Okay. My name's Andrew, and I was curious. I have two questions. One about the different forms of art that you do. Do you feel that your films, paintings, music, do you feel they inspire your other art forms?
Sometimes. Sometimes they're just out on their own. But sometimes when you're working on a piece of music, music for me unlocks a lot of things. Sometimes you're working on a certain music, there's certain combos of sounds, and a image comes out of that, an idea comes out of it, just pops out. Or listening to other music, I get a lot of ideas for scenes, and maybe just a fragment of something, but it leads to other ideas that hook together with that, and a story could form. And then, but some of the same sensibility of painting, for instance, works in film also, you know, framing a thing and where the eye goes. Some of the same things work across the board. And film is a lot like music because it's a flowing of things in time like music is. And that's a beautiful thing to think about, how things flow in time.
And also, you talked a little bit about the rehearsal process to focus ideas. Do you feel that there's one part of filmmaking that is most important for you?
No, all elements are important so that the whole can work. And if you don't pay attention to each element, then the whole, you know, has less chance to work. And even less chance to get the thing as the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Sometimes that could happen. And that would be a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kathy, and I came specifically tonight because I was interested in the concept of peace through meditation. And, you know, there's an experience very often of not feeling very powerful in the world in terms of what's happening. And my question has to do with how many meditators make the 100th monkey so that something does happen and become realized in the world. And is the meditation needed to be focused on peace, or is it just throughout?
I'm going to try to explain it. And it's so beautiful and so hard to believe. Maharishi has a saying from the very beginning, and it rhymes, so we remember this little phrase: water the root and enjoy the fruit. And this simple little phrase is the key to individual enlightenment and the key to world peace. Watering the root for the individual is that diving within, experiencing that fundamental level of pure consciousness, growing in that, and the fruit of that action is enlightenment. For world peace, now, when you expand consciousness in the individual, negativity starts to recede. The peace-creating group is like a peace-creating factory with the most perfect machines on earth inside that factory, the human beings. There's a group of people meditating and doing advanced techniques in a group. They're quadratically more powerful at enlivening that unity than the same number scattered about. This group practice has been tested 52 times. Short-term tests, smaller groups, 52 times. People had to leave their family or go away from their work and go to a place and do this, program for up to 2 months. And there's famous ones. They're all independently verified tests, independently verified as being successful in reducing crime and violence, trips to the hospital, road accidents in the area of this test. Now, the size of the group determines the area. Like Dr. John Hagen said, we're like light bulbs. We got this bliss bubbling inside, but we broadcast it out. So through these tests, they came to a formula, the square root of 1% of the world's population. That's 8,000, square root of 1% of 6.4 billion. 8,000, a pretty small group. 8,000 or a little bit more would be sweeter, working always, each day, permanent. So if you had $1 billion in the bank, you'd never touch it. Just the interest coming off could sustain a group of 8,000 in a place, food, little beds, and a place to do this program. And there are a lot of souls that are just want to go for enlightenment. They want to go for it. They'd be happy to do this for themselves and for the world. It's money is standing in the way of this thing happening on a permanent basis. And it sounds hard to believe. But this field of unity, as Dr. John Hagelin says, is so powerful. It's so powerful, and he used a word last night, this way when you enliven it, it goes in all directions. It sees no obstacles. It would be easy to light up this little teeny ball on the outskirts of the Milky Way with enough unity so we live in harmony. Diversity is appreciated fully, and we're just pumping with bliss. We're filled with ideas. Who knows what we'd come up with in this atmosphere? Certainly, we wouldn't be running around killing each other or ripping our heads off.
So can I understand you to say the 8,000 have to be together in one location?
Yes.
Because there are more than 8,000 meditators throughout the world, but
Yes.
there are none that could claim 8,000 in one location.
Every light bulb helps, but I want to help get peace-creating groups, as well as lots of people diving within to develop their full potential and becoming happy in their work, and then not dying of fear and tension and depression and all the rest of that.
Well, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hope it's successful.
Let's hope so.
Hi, David.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I was just wondering, what single word would you use to describe the Los Angeles area?
Light.
Light?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.